got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. I got loyalty, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I was born like this, is born like this, immaculate conception. I just perform like this without you, a new weapon. I know I meditate and off your this that trouble against the bed. This that I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. I got loyalty, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I was born like this, is born like this, immaculate conception. I just perform like this without you, a new weapon. I know I meditate and off your I got loyalty.
Welcome to Sheyenne High School and a matchup between the Grand Forks Red River Roughriders and the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. Mustang Media on the air. I'm glad to be with you. This is Dan Wolf, joined this evening by Aaron Knodel, and we're here to cover the girls' game first, tipping off in just a few minutes here. About 3 minutes to tip off, and then the boys to follow at approximately 7:30. And Aaron, probably not a lot of lead up that you need to do for this game. This game has huge implications, and the next week is going to be huge for EDC girls basketball.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Obviously, this is a huge game for both programs in terms of seeding and how this is going to be playing out. Probably historically, at least in the last few years, this has been Red River's game to win. But that doesn't look like it's going to be easy sailing for them tonight. Obviously, the Mustangs, early in the season when they were, I think, 3-3 at the time, went up north to Red River, beat them on their home court, and that started the roll. And that's where we're at right now. Mustangs winning. I think now we're sitting at 11 in a row and playing really, really good team basketball. So Red River's coming in. Obviously, they are still seeded really, really well. They took the bump against, Sheyenne early, but they only have one other loss. And so this will, with these two teams, with Davies rolling, how this one plays out might change the seeding of the EDC tournament.
Well, what's amazing to me is the top 4 seeds in both the girls and the boys, in whatever order for each group: West Fargo Sheyenne, Grand Forks Red River, Fargo Davies, and West Fargo. And so not only does Red River play Sheyenne tonight, they have a matchup against West Fargo yet and against Davies. And so this game, as you said, will go a long way towards determining what that final seeding looks like heading into the EDC tournament. But this should be a tremendous game. You mentioned how well the Mustangs have been playing as of late. Tremendous amount of confidence. And I think that comes from everyone knowing their role and just staying within that role. No one's trying to do more than they should, and we've had multiple different players step up on given nights to produce points, to get rebounds, to change the momentum defensively. It's been a great thing to see if you're a West Fargo Sheyenne fan.
Yeah, and if you know anything historically about Red River, they like to put the pressure on. Right now, they are probably, if there's one stat that I think is most significant right now in the EDC season that might give West Fargo Sheyenne some pause, it's that their team defense is stellar. They're only giving up 47 points a game. Obviously, the Mustang defense doing a real nice job. They're sitting in 5th in the EDC at 59, but that's a 12-point difference there. So the Mustangs are going to have to prove the power of their offense, which they've done repeatedly here in the last month or so. But it is going to be a tall task against a really, really good defense. So
patience will be key for Sheyenne as they face that pressure. And they did a really good job against the pressure that Davies brings. They handled it the last time they played West Fargo High. So this team is really playing well, but yeah, you can't look past a team like Red River.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here during the national anthem, and when we come back, we're going to get starting lineups. This is going to be a great matchup here in the EDC. Hey, don't go anywhere, guys. This is going to be a good one.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
So welcome back, Sheyenne. Hi. Now we're going to get to the starting lineups. We're going to see the Roughriders first. Coach, we talked a little bit before the broadcast here about the player to watch here for Red River. We know who that is, don't we?
Yeah, it's got to be Jocelyn Schiller. You know, and she's only a sophomore, 5'6" guard, but she's kind of the engine that makes Red River go out there. And we talk a lot about Sheyenne being, still relatively young, as only having 2 seniors on their roster. This Red River team only has 3 seniors on their roster. So you got to figure that the matchup between these 2 teams is going to be a good one to watch for, at least the next 2 or 3 years.
And it's not surprising. We've seen this from Red River. It's that front court action that they get, especially in their pressure defense, that's going to generate a lot of front court points. And so it's not surprising that their leading scorer, Schiller, is coming in just under 20 points a game at 19.6. I think what's interesting to me, Coach, in the last month is that, Maya Metcalf, you talk about who makes it run. At the beginning of the year, it clearly all went through Maya. She was averaging 20 points a game. What's interesting through this is her points per game have dipped, and she has not played poorly at all.
No.
Everyone else seems to kind of contribute in some new way, and that's what made this offense potent.
Absolutely. We've seen Peyton Breidenbach have huge games, not only being the floor general out there and controlling the ball for the Mustangs, but Olivia Manson's had huge games shooting the 3. I talked about in the last game that we did that probably the unsung hero of that game was Carson Sanders. She didn't show up huge in the scorebook, but she played a great game rebounding. She blocked shots. She defended incredibly well, had some steals. And that's what it takes to win games. The stat book fills up, and it's great to score points, but you got to have people doing those other things, controlling the glass, playing defense, that sort of thing. And so, as you mentioned, no, Maya isn't on the scoring pace that she was early in the season, but Brenna Dick has stepped up and played huge in spots as well. It's just been a team effort.
Yeah, Brenna Dick scored 31 points earlier this season, so obviously she can do it for you off the bench. Brett, you brought up Breidenbach. She's 3rd right now in the EDC with 4.8 assists per game. One of the people above her is actually Jocelyn Schiller. So not only is Schiller putting in the points, but she's also distributing the basketball. So we'll have to see if the Mustangs can contain her and can continue their 3-point shooting, and that's what's going to be real interesting.
Yep.
Can they stay hot from outside the arc? Mustangs win the tip. Here comes back to Breidenbach. She'll look to set up the offense.
Little matchup zone look from the Riders to start.
And the first pass does get loose on the Mustangs, and it gets Maya Metcalf for a corner 3. That one comes off the rim on the front side. Boy, we've seen Metcalf hit that shot to start a lot of games this year.
Really has.
Kind of surprised that one didn't drop. Red River with it now, working the perimeter. Mustangs sitting in a man.
Little dribble weave, getting downhill there.
Kick out there to number 15. That's Robson for 3. Rebound. There's Carson Sanders, as you said. Coach doing a lot of the little things off the glass there. Manson, she's a quick trigger. But they tie her up momentarily, and they're going to say that one got her on the arm. Good job, Manson, there. And that's the kind of stuff that you need out of your guards when you see that pressure. Is if they come in, you got to be able to fight with the elbow, jar that free, get that rip. and get their hands on your elbows, and then you get the whistles. So one thing that you can do to weaken a defense like this is to force fouls. Nice move there by Breidenbach into the lane off the glass. Metcalf with the offensive rebound. Good extra passes there. Working it around the perimeter, looking into the high post, nothing there. Breidenbach back to the corner. That's Johnson. Sanders, she kicks it back outside to Breidenbach again. She'll drive. Extra pass there. Good defense by Red River. Good find.
Great backdoor cut. Great find by Breidenbach. And, Coach, before we go further, I'm just going to apologize to viewers. I'm fighting a little chest cold tonight, so I'll do my best to keep up with you. But anyone that knows either of us knows that we're rarely at a loss for words, so I know that I can count on you to pick up the slack.
I did say before the broadcast, shout out to your wife out there. You said you sounded like Barry White, and it was Valentine's last night, so I guess that was a little bit of a gift for you.
Doing my part.
They're going to say, I don't know if they called Schiller for a push-off or – no, they're going to say that was Litzinger on the screen. Yeah.
So 2 quick fouls for the Riders. We'll see if that plays a factor as the first half plays out.
And that's the tricky part of picking up the basketball in that corner. Breidenbach got away with it a little bit, but Coach will probably talk to her about that spot. Good job by Sanders getting to the rim. Metcalf continues to fight, and she'll get a couple of free throws there. So we said, hey, you know, it doesn't all land on the shoulders of Metcalf anymore, but 2 possessions, she gets to point-blank range, and this one gets her to the free throw line. Now we're already 3 fouls here for the Roughriders early.
And a quick 2 for Litzinger. Only 2 minutes and change into the first half, and we're going to see a sub right away for her.
And as I said, Coach, that's one way you can beat the trap, right? That's the one way you can beat pressure is to get to the free throw line and force substitutions and
attack
nice job.
that rim and use the defense's aggressiveness against them.
Mustangs have been a little loose with the basketball here, but haven't turned it over, so that's positive. So we're looking at number 30 there, Schiller with a great move. She gets all the way to the rim, a little bit short. You can see the speed out of Schiller and why she's going to be able to get to the rim often. Breidenbach picks it up. Down into the short corner for Mance, and she swings it around, and good ball movement again for the Mustangs. That gets Breidenbach to the glass. Great rebound there by Sanders. Little pivot move, and her shot ends up a little short of the rim. Now Red River back with it. 15:24 to go in the first half, and there's that drive again. But again, I think it's that late pressure from the bigs for the Mustangs affecting that shot by Schiller.
Yeah, she sees them coming and adjusts just ever so slightly, and has led to 2 misses from point-blank range, something that I'm guessing Schiller does not do very often.
Pass doesn't get quite back to the top of the key, and I think that forced Breidenbach to get a reach in. Another substitution in for Red River is number 32. That's Novatsky, 5'11" senior, one of the few seniors on the roster. So 3-0 lead now. Red River fans still standing up, waiting for that first bucket so they can take a seat on the Mustang bleachers. Haven't been able to find one, but that's a great-looking attempt there, but that goes off rim and battle for it.
Great job by Olivia Manson, getting down in there and getting after it.
You know, one thing you got to love, senior leadership, got to do the little things. You got to be willing to do the hustle plays. You know, in a tight game, it usually comes down to something as simple as that. Who's gonna have more jump ball pressures? Who's gonna have more
50-50 ball, a loose ball, some kind of big defensive stop.
Third miss there, I think, already. Good offensive rebound.
Schiller's been the only one to take shots until that offensive board. That's going to be O'Halloran that goes to the line, and Brooke Johnson picks up her first.
So not a lot of points, so to speak, in this part of the game. 14-36. I thought both these teams are pretty high-powered. Kind of surprising.
Well,
we're sitting at a 3-0 game at 14-36.
And that Davies game last Saturday was a low-scoring first half, and both teams kind of broke it open in the second half as the Red River fans are allowed to take a seat as the Riders get on the board. That's the one thing, when you're facing pressure, an offensive player needs to meet the ball. They can't be running parallel or they can't be running away from you. You have to come and meet the ball if you're going to be successful when you're facing pressure like this.
Correct. So one thing, too.
Great
great find.
And that's how you beat it. The ball moves so fast in the air that a defense can't get back. Great find by Sanders. Good finish by Metcalf. And it's a 5-1 lead for the Mustangs.
You saw the first inbounds there that got swatted away. Olivia Manson did not come to meet the basketball.
Yep.
Second time it happens, you get come back to the ball. They beat the press almost immediately, get an easy bucket, but Roughriders come back with one of their own. That pass is a little dangerous, but Metcalf does come away with it. Finds Manson on the inside.
And that's, I think that's been the difference between this team and previous Mustang teams. It maybe always doesn't look pretty. It might not be textbook in what you want to have happen from an offense, but they seem to be able to make the plays that they need to as it is happening. Schiller finally gets on the board and cuts the Mustang lead to 1, 7-6 Cheyenne, but they break the pressure. Breidenbach, a little penetration, pulls it back out. Now stuck, looking for someone to pass to. Metcalf, good kick out from the middle, and great three by Brenna Dick. That's probably been one of the biggest differences we've seen for Brenna Dick this year. We've seen her athleticism. We've seen what she can do defensively and getting to the rim, but she's shooting the three at a much higher pace than she ever has in the past.
So 10-6 lead here for the Mustangs. Red River working the perimeter, man-to-man defense here by the Mustangs. Good help defense and gets a kick out. Offensive rebound there by number 32. That's Novatsky, who came into the game early after some foul trouble, and she's going to get herself to the free throw line after a good offensive rebound.
Yeah, Brenda Dick found herself too close to the baseline and then held her arms up, but body-wise was all over Novatsky, and so she's going to go to the line for 2. Misses the first. Caitlin Haas in for Maya Metcalf.
Second free throw coming here. Talk about little things, Coach, too. One of the things that you're going to have to see is telltale signs sometimes of these type matchups is who has the higher free throw percentage. Oh, poked away there by Breidenbach. Good trailing defense there, but I think that was number 15, Robson, that swatted away. Let's see if she can hit the three as well. Goes off the back iron. Offensive rebound, quick trigger there by number 30, leading scorer. That's Schiller getting on the board.
And that is a quick trigger. That's a huge part of it. So there's one where Cheyenne's going to get away with it, but Brenna Dick kind of floating away from that pass rather than coming to meet it. Actually, they're going to call Brenna Dick on that.
And you got to be running toward the basketball when you see that trap and running into space, and you can't stop till the ball touches your hand.
That's right. And that was the second foul on Brenna Dick. So both the Mustangs and the Riders with a player with 2 fouls, and we're probably not going to see them for a while.
Schiller with it now. Kick out. Little switch there at the top. Jab step there by Schiller, looking to distribute. Good defense here by the Mustangs.
But Red River, good patience, not particularly worried. Somehow Schiller maintains possession. I think they're going to get Brooke Johnson on a reach on that one.
Yeah, it makes it tough, too, because there was so much good man-to-man defense. Ball gets loose, and I think Johnson's just a little unfortunate that once the ball poked free, she was in a bad position there, and all the Mustangs were in good position when the ball got knocked out. So that's one of those fouls that you just say, hey, good defense, just bad luck.
Oh, they called Breidenbach on that. Now that's her second. That one hurts a little more because as her being the main point guard for the Mustangs, Coach Wingenbach's going to have to decide how long do we keep her on the bench and risk that third foul. But with her and Brenna Dick being on the bench, those are the 2 main ball handlers for the Mustangs.
Yeah, ball handling is going to fall now to Fagerland and number 2, Caitlin Haas for the Mustangs. That ball ends up, one person zigs, the other one zags, and ball ends up out of bounds. And we're going to get our first time out here. 10-8 is the early score. 2-point lead for the Mustangs. We're going to take a break.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because this, it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
We're back to live action. Mustang fans, we wanted to take the time to remind you that Essentia Health is proud to sponsor Sheyenne High School's Mustang media team and this broadcast. So quick time out there from Coach Wingenbach, I think probably because knowing they were going to face pressure, he wanted to make sure that everyone knew what their role was going to be on that possession. Fargo gets an open look but comes up a little short. And Red River will have an opportunity to tie or take a lead on this possession.
Good skip pass there by Maya Metcalf. Haas got herself in a little bit of trouble, pressure coming with her back to the hoop. You want to stay square. You want to be able to see your teammates so that you have multiple options there to get rid of that basketball. Otherwise, you can get stuck. Kick out 3 to number 3.
Brianna Hendrickson, 5'2" senior.
Good answer there for the Roughriders. Now they have their first lead of the game. Pushing it up ahead. It's in the hands of Metcalf here. She swings it back to Haas. Good fake there. Gets it over to Fagerland.
I think this is a nice job by the Sheyenne offense. That pressure defense makes you want to go fast, and then when you get into the offensive front court, you end up wanting to continue to go fast, but they're being patient here. Good look for Carson Sanders. Tough move.
You know, I love that the Mustangs did that too. Sitting in that zone, you can fall in love with the 3 real quick. Sanders says, give me that basketball, and she goes aggressively to the rim, puts it back into a 1-point advantage here for the Mustangs. Top of the key now, and we'll see if we get a second 3 for number 3. This time McQuillan unable to hit.
That's the second time a trailing Red River player has been able to poke out a steal.
Excuse me, that was Hendrickson.
Someone needs to be yelling wolf on that, not because of me, but because that's the international symbol for you have a player trailing you, take care of the ball.
Good find into the interior, but knocked away there. Sanders unable to grab that one, and with a 1-on-4.
Yeah.
No hesitation there for Schiller. She wants to attack, and she does.
What a great move. 1-on-4, little hesitation, down the baseline, reverse layup. There's not a lot of players in the EDC that can make a move like that.
Looking to see if they can trap once the Mustangs get it across and they find a way to get it through. Kick it around. Sanders for 3. That one does drop a little bit off the mark, and ooh.
Haas found herself in great position, but the refs say she stepped out of bounds. Manson back in for Fagerland. Roughriders continue to lead 13-12, 9:20 remaining in the first.
So we did say the Roughriders defense is one of their best assets here, and the Mustangs have been able to come out hot and hit a lot of threes early against a lot of these teams during this run, and right now almost all their scoring is at the rim. That shot falls short too, so.
The ball was in the air a long time.
Mustangs come away with it. It's Haas here at the top. She moves it over to Manson. Manson squares it back up to the center. Johnson there. And that's
Red River is active, and those hands are always up. That's a hallmark of a well-coached defense.
Ball ends up in the hands of Manson. Her three-point shot comes up a little bit short, and now Red River with it. Good find down low. Good block. Ooh, I think Sanders they're going to say, now that one's a tricky one. It looked from here.
Yeah.
Maybe she got all ball, but it's one of those things I always tell players, hey, where's the whistle? It's in the referee's mouth. If they see that arm angle come across, tough for them not to blow that whistle.
They're going to call Metcalf with that one. It maybe looked like Sanders from this angle, but regardless, that's what the ref saw. So Coach Wingenbach deciding it's time to bring back Peyton Breidenbach with 8:41 and the 2 fouls. So she'll have to play smart defensively.
Novatsky here with her second free throw. And now a 3-point lead here for the Roughriders. 8:41 to go. Coach, this is going to be a defensive battle, it looks like, from the telltale signs early.
Yeah, so many times we talk about, that first team to maybe 50 or 60 that's playing hard. I don't know if either team might get there today. Good job by Sanders on the offensive glass.
Just good read, seeing it go off the rim. She beat everybody to the basketball there. Ball into the corner here. Breidenbach with it now. She kicks it out to Manson. Good find. Manson unable to hit that one.
So this is a position we haven't seen Cheyenne in for a while. You know, they've been able to hold some leads against whoever they've been playing early in the game. And so being down 3 here, this is going to test their mettle a little bit.
You know, on the other hand, if you're Coach Wingenbach, you also say to yourself, hey, I don't know if I've seen us shoot this cold in a month.
Well, yeah.
And we're only down 3 here, so got to feel pretty good with how the defense is playing, that's for sure. Manson comes down with it here now. Over to Breidenbach. She hesitates, and her pass across the court. Probably don't want Breidenbach to pick it up in that situation.
No.
Metcalf was not coming to the basketball. It's a pretty long pass, and the defender able to swat that one out of bounds. Fortunate that it stays in the hands for the Mustangs.
You know, Coach, as I watch, Olivia Manson reminds me a lot of Mike Nile for the boys. She is a righty. She shoots right-handed, but she handles the ball with her left hand a lot and throws a lot of passes with that left hand, as Metcalf was going to get to the basket for an easy one, and she's hooked there.
I like that, though. Metcalf gets the ball at the elbow, and immediately, instead of looking to swing that ball to the weak side, she says, let me get to the rim.
Look to attack.
Breidenbach to take it out now. We did have a substitution. Brenna Dick is in the game for the Mustangs.
Great, fine, great.
Oh. Coach Wing there
Well,
dialed up a great play
it
out
was,
of the inbounds.
and
Hey,
that's Coach Ripplinger is saying, you know, you got beat, and that, you know, probably not happy with that, but then to foul her on that shot and give her the and one opportunity, that's just something you don't want to see from one of your players on defense.
might be able to throw that one back into the highlight package, but if we do, I do want everybody to watch all the players' hands for the Mustangs that didn't get the ball, put their hands up. That is clearly by design. Everybody's staring at those hands, thinking the pass is coming somewhere else. Good attack there, and I think that's going to
pick up her third. Boy, that's going to send Schiller to the line. She is so good at changing direction, setting up that defensive player, get him leaning one way, and then attacking.
I will say, I think, you know, Coach, she's doing a great job of attacking. I don't know if I've seen the on-ball foul yet, though. So maybe the help is coming a little bit late over to her. Maybe if they, you know, halftime adjustment, if they can just recognize where they're at, and if you're one pass away, maybe be half a step closer. Because it looks like when the help's coming late, that's where we're getting these fouls.
Well, and you're going to there's a good attack by Breidenbach. That's one of those things where, you know, you're going to let someone else beat you. Let's not let their best player beat us. Let's control her as much as we can, and if someone else hits a shot for them, hey, you know, you say that's a great job by them, but let's not make it easy for the best player for Red River to beat us.
Out to the corner there. Haas looking inside. She fires it through the hands of Metcalf, and it turns it back over. Schiller. Rebound comes down, rolls off Breidenbach's head. Top of the key now again, Schiller. She jabs, looking to set something up. Over to the wing, number 24. That's McQuillan. Ball comes off the rim, rebound to the Mustangs. Breidenbach looking ahead. Metcalf, corner. Great shot. And that's, I mean, her mid-range game, Coach, is as soft and smooth as you're going to find in the EDC, that's for sure.
And that's been the difference between her game this year and last year. Mostly on the inside as a post in previous games last year, but this year, that mid-range game and then the ability to knock down the three and extend a defense has been huge.
Good shot there by Hartsey from the corner there, able to get that one through, and Roughriders back with the lead again.
And that's the third time, and they're going to call Peyton Breidenbach on that one. So now Dick and Breidenbach both with 3 fouls with 6:13 left in the first. And that's going to put Red River at the line in the bonus.
That's got to be the story of the game so far, Coach. 6 minutes and 13 seconds left. We lost both Brenna Dick and Breidenbach to fouls here. They're their main 2 ball control guards, distributors, slice through the defense. That changes the kind of the dynamics of what the Mustangs can do a little bit here, I think. Great rebound there, and I think they're going to call 15. Robson on the foul and the reach in.
And that'll put Metcalf at the line in the bonus. This will be a pretty crucial 6 minutes and change here for the Mustangs. They don't have to be leading at half, but you got to make sure that you keep it close with those 2 ball handlers sitting on the bench here.
Right.
So really, I think attacking the rim, handling the pressure, and then, again, take it to the rim as often as you can and let Metcalf, let Sanders, let Johnson get to the rim as much as possible. Metcalf knocks down the first, tying the game at 18. And good on the second. And Sanders is going to be in for Manson.
Well, 19-18 here, Coach. 6:11 to go. Both teams in a little bit of foul situations. This does change kind of how you coach, and we're going to see, who's able to kind of figure some stuff out and get things cleaned up and corrected in the second half here. But 6 to go. We'll see if any team wants to make a run out of this.
Good help by Carson Sanders there. Haas lost her footing.
Another 3-ball look. Great rebound there by Fagerland, and she's able to save it over to Haas. Haas in a situation where she's being trapped, and they're going to say that is a jump ball. A little bit of a tricky situation. Boy, Red River is really well coached. If they see one of those guards go up the sideline, they're going to turn that into an extra couple defenders by using the sideline and the half line. Makes it tricky.
Boy, that's a dangerous pass. Sheyenne gets away with that one. Schiller just knocks it out of bounds, but Red River is so quick. Those guards up top, they see those long passes, and they're going after every one of them.
Fagerland takes a look for a second. Nobody flashing on the weak side. I think that's, we'll see if Carson Sanders gets it into the high post. No, gonna go around one more time. That's Haas. Oh, she banks that one in, but Coach, it almost looked like she got boxed out a little too soon. That's a little dangerous. That could have been a 4-point play. Good first time that the Mustangs able to kind of connect from downtown.
So they're going to get Haas with that one on the reach. 9th team foul for the Mustangs. So after these free throws by Schiller, Red River in the double bonus for the last 5 minutes of the half. This is also something that's a little different from the past few games we've seen, Coach, is just how many fouls there have been. There have been so many quick halves in the last few games for the Mustangs. They've played so clean that the halves go by in the blink of an eye, but this one's going to be a little bit longer.
You know, one thing that the Mustangs may try, we'll see if Coach Wingenbach thinks about this in the second half. We're really relying on the guards to make those passes over the top. Sometimes you just bring one of your 3 or your 4, one of your taller players, maybe Johnson, maybe even Metcalf, maybe even Sanders in the middle of the court, catch the ball in the front of the half line and make a decision from there. Right now, a lot of pressure on the guards to make that pass, a lot of hands there. Corner shot there goes off the back iron, rebound for Fagerland. She breaks down the defender and she goes with it, and she'll set up here now. Top of the key to Metcalf. She squares up, and again, mid-range is just so soft for Maya Metcalf.
What I liked about that for Fargo, and she looked to want to get rid of the ball initially as we see Schiller put one up. Metcalf controls the glass, but after Fargo saw that, she put her head down and just dribbled up the floor. And Metcalf's starting to heat up. And that's going to bring a timeout from Red River with 4:08 to play.
Coach Wing meets him out at the almost at the half line. He's so pumped. Good roll here for the Mustangs. Up 7, 4:08 to play.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
So, Coach, we're back here. 4:08 to go. Mustangs now a 7-point lead. I think what's interesting, Coach, before we get a sponsor read here, a lot of ways to win a game. Mustangs are finding maybe a new one that they haven't seen this year.
Well, it's been a while since Maya Metcalf we've talked about the fact that, her offensive output hasn't been as high as other teammates have been rising up through this 11-game winning streak, but they're going back to their bread and butter here, and Metcalf making a difference. Mustang fans, this broadcast is proudly sponsored by Apex Engineering Group, professional consultants serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota communities and public agencies. Designing solutions to meet your infrastructure needs. If you set the bar at competence, how do you reach excellence? Find out at apexenggroup.com.
Oh, good sneaky little play there by number 24 for Red River, and able to get after the steal there, able to get the layup. So good steal there by McQuillan. Good answer for Red River. Now a 5-point advantage. Tough to pass through hands there. Mustangs fortunate to keep it away here. Fagerland able to dribble across. Still a lot of perimeter pressure, and Mustangs haven't been able to find anything in this possession that gets us where we need to go, and that's going to be a jump ball. Fortunate there for the Mustangs to even come away with that after even struggling to get it kind of down to the free throw line extended. So 3:03 to go here. Brooke Johnson back in for Fagerland.
Scoreboard did show possession for the Mustangs, but it was decided it was Red River's ball. McQuillan at the top as the Riders moving around the top of the key. Quick three there from O'Halloran. Rebound by Sanders up to Haas. She pushes tempo.
See if the Mustangs can establish some spacing, and that's not the pass that you want. Good hustle play, but then the win over there by Schiller, and I think that's going to be Manson. I don't know if they'll say that she got her before the shot gets up, but
it's a double bonus. So
yeah, well, either way, they're shooting two. Coach, it's these kind of skip passes that are just giving the Mustangs a little bit of fits, not really getting a lot of looks from that.
And it works the same in the half court in that you still need to come and meet the ball. Just like in that full court pressure, you can't be drifting away from the ball or standing flat-footed as an offensive player. In the half court in this type of pressure, you need to meet those passes. And Cheyenne has not been doing that. As Schiller gets 1 of 2, cutting into the Mustang lead, now up 26-22.
Manson with it, she's trapped. Good find over there to Johnson. She skips it ahead to Sanders. Good find down low. That's Metcalf. And that might be one of the best sequences the Mustangs have seen. 4 or 5 passes without a dribble, get a layup. Up 6 now. Good cross. Good help. Kick out. Top of the key here. Hartsey back to Schiller, I believe. Her shot goes off back iron. Great box out there by Johnson.
That was a great box out, and they're going to get a foul on that one. I think they're going to get Robson with that.
Good rebound there by Johnson.
It
Probably don't want to drop that one to your hip. If you can keep your elbows up a little bit, you pivot with your hands down like that or your elbows down like that. Defenders come in fortunate that flip the court, though. She gets to the free throw line. She's going to be able to shoot a bonus here. Off the front iron there for Brooke Johnson. Ball comes out to Metcalf. She kicks it back out. Go get it. And they're going to say over and back.
Metcalf halfway up decided she was not going to get the shot. Tried to kick it out high, but no one there. Heads up play by Brooke Johnson to run that down to not give up the turnover or give possession to Red River for a layup.
So now we're under 2 minutes to play. Drive baseline, and I think Sanders just kind of leans in a little bit. She looks up at the official, but no doubt about that one. Got into the hip, and that's going to get her to the free throw line. Schiller shooting a lot of free throws this first half.
But it hasn't really burned Cheyenne yet. She's only been around 50%.
First one does rattle in. One thing that you hate to see, I guess, if you're a defender, if the player that you're guarding is struggling a little bit from the perimeter, she's unable to find that perimeter shot maybe. You get a couple of free throws, that does see a couple of those go through. That does help you get hot.
Yeah, it does.
She hits one of two there. Haas in the backcourt. She pushes it up ahead, but that one fires too high for Paige Johnson. Again, kind of looking for that weak side flasher coming to the basketball. Nobody jumping to the direction that they need to right now. A lot of pressure on those guards in the backcourt for the Mustangs.
And I'm sure Red River very aware that Breidenbach and Brenda Dick both on the bench, and so they're going to dial up that pressure as much as they can as they get Robson with a travel there.
Good switch there by the Mustangs. Robson, probably thought it was going to be open. Switch comes, and she runs right into a defender. Travel call. See if the Mustangs can get some spacing.
They're leaving a player there to go 1-on-2. They're going to have to bring some help.
Right now, two of the 5 players for the Mustangs are 40 feet away from the basketball, and with that kind of pressure on your guards, it's just tough. It's tough.
It is.
See what they get on the sideline out of bounds play here. Communication as to who the ball should be going to, and they are.
I think they're deciding what the shot clock should be.
Okay.
They had a full 30, but now they've switched it to 25.
No change of possession, they're saying, so. Now it's see if anybody from that weak side will flash, and right now, not a one of them did, unfortunately. Again, Haas put in all sorts of a predicament because on the weak side, nobody's running to the basketball.
She tried to throw it off the leg of a Red River player, missed everything, and threw it out of bounds.
5-point advantage here for the Mustangs. Schiller breaking down the defense. Good defense there by Metcalf.
Held her ground.
Offensive rebound does go to number 44, Spidell. 5'11", 8th grader coach. Able to put that one in. Another turnover there produced by the Roughriders. Schiller goes baseline, and they're going to say another foul.
Schiller has to have more free throw attempts than the entire Mustang team in the first half.
It does go scoreboard here. You're going to only show 10 on the scoreboard, but they had that 5 minutes ago.
Absolutely.
Not sure of the total number. We'll have to see that at halftime, but got to be in the almost 15-16 range now. 44 seconds to go. Mustangs still hanging on to a 2-point advantage, but the Roughriders definitely putting the pressure into the backcourt. Schiller only able to make 1 out of 2. And stolen there. Right off the rebound, and the answer, there you go, Coach. Schiller finally finds that 3-point ball, so with 30 seconds to go, the Roughriders take a 1-point advantage. They've flipped the script here in the last couple of minutes, and now they take the lead. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, see if the Mustangs can figure something out for this Roughrider pressure.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you, and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Welcome back to Sheyenne High School. 30.6 seconds left in the first half. Grand Forks Red River leading the Mustangs 29-28.
Yeah, Coach, this is obviously Mustangs hanging out in the timeout as long as possible. They're trying to find an answer. This is a tough one. That one thing you can do if there's pressure, I would say, look at the feet of the defenders. Are they leaning toward their own hoop or away from it? Right now, all the momentum is going toward their own hoop. They're picking off everything and running right to turn that into offense. Back to Metcalf here. So there's the shift out of the Mustangs, and that is getting Metcalf the basketball from the – oh, great answer. Great answer out of the timeout. A lot of things right on that one.
Absolutely.
You can see Wing, Coach Wing brings Metcalf as the trailer on that one. The throwback to her, she can see over the defense, cuts through it, hits Manson, 3-point ball. And a steal. Red River fortunate that they didn't get a foul call there as we get a peel-back steal. Hey, after all that, back and forth, and we're going to see this, Coach. It's going to be a game of runs. Mustangs made one. Roughriders answer. Out of the timeout, Coach Wing draws something up nice. Gets the three-point ball. Manson gets her first perimeter shot. Mustangs got to feel good about the momentum going into halftime, even after just one play.
Absolutely. For the foul trouble that Sheyenne had, to be leading by 2, I think if you would have told Coach Wingenbach that with 5 minutes left, he was going to have his best 2 ball handlers with 3 fouls, but he was going to be leading by 2 at halftime, he would have said, you're lying, but he will take it. So we'll step away here. When we come back, we'll have a little analysis and a little first half highlights. But before we go,
hey, we want to remind you, Mustang fans, Bell Bank Mortgage is proud to support West Fargo Cheyenne sports, whether you're in the classroom, at home, or both. We hope you're inspired this year to push yourself beyond what you even imagined and never stop learning. Go Mustangs, Bell Bank Mortgage, equal housing lender. We'll be back after halftime.
In this place, we see potential like nowhere else. Here, vision is boundless. That's why we never settle. We look for the moments when everything becomes possible. The moments that inspire us to make every day better. In this place, there's no such thing as good. There's only great. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because this, it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Welcome back, Mustangs fans. Going to take a look at some halftime highlights here, sponsored by Touchmark at Harwood Groves, a full-service retirement community, complete with a health and fitness club, offering fitness classes, personal training, and more, so you can stay active with your grandkids for years to come. Visit touchmarkfargo.com to learn more. So halftime highlights, Coach. Interesting that we end up 31-29. The way things started, it looked like it was maybe going to be 13-12.
Yeah, it did. Neither team shot it particularly well early on, and I think if you're Sheyenne, for the foul trouble you had, for the cold shooting until right near the end, really only the 1-3 by Olivia Manson. Everything else has come from that mid-ranger right at the basket for them. For all the having Breidenbach and Brenna Dick out of the game, and having trouble with handling the Red River press, to be up 31-29, you've got to still be really pleased with that. But let's be honest, that press has given the Mustangs all sorts of fits. And so I'm sure Coach Wingenbach, they're talking about how they want to attack that and how they want to control the ball in the second half.
Yeah, a couple of times here we see in the highlights, the Mustangs were able to kind of find the interior with Carson Sanders and Maya Metcalf. That's what kind of spurred some of their runs here. And as you see, Red River wants you to kind of play this panicked offensive sequence, and they did catch us a few times, as we see there. That trap in the backcourt is just really, it's potent.
It really is. Their guards are well coached and they're quick. They're athletic and they make it difficult for you. And as we said, they're trying to speed you up. We mentioned early on, Sheyenne did a good job then of once breaking that pressure, slowing down in that half-court set. But as the half wore on, and especially without Breidenbach and Dick on the floor, you ended up in a situation where you were going so fast and turning the ball over that hopefully those two are going to be able to stay out of foul trouble and stay on the floor in the second half.
Yeah, Red River obviously only down now in 2 now, but Jocelyn Schiller, she's as advertised, Coach.
Oh, she is. Great setting up that defender and getting to the basket. She gets downhill so quickly. Great move along the baseline and finish with a reverse layup. She knocked down a 3. She's the complete package, and it's hard to believe only a sophomore.
Yeah, and she's doing these things, not necessarily that you're undersized at 5'6", but usually at 5'6", when you're a sophomore, you're going to have a hard time getting to the rim to do what you want to do. And she slices, she kind of tears apart the defense with her speed.
She breaks it down, and she passes so well
and that's
at
just
the
it.
rim.
It's the other stuff. We saw a kick out, I think, a couple times for 3-pointers off of her drives. And if the Roughriders are able to do that, if they're able to generate points off of the assist from Schiller, I think that they're going to feel pretty good about their chances in this game. For the Mustangs, though, Coach, I would say that this is easily, obviously the turnovers are going to generate less shots for you, but this is the worst we've seen the Mustangs shoot in a month. And here they are up 2.
And they're still up 2. So for all the things that didn't seem to go right for Sheyenne, you still got to be loving the fact that you're up by 2 at halftime. And, Maya Metcalf, I think, is going to have to continue to play a huge role in the second half, helping to break that pressure and continuing to get to the rim and finish there.
One thing I do want to see from the Mustangs is the answer to the pressure.
Yeah.
Also, it has to really come from the 2 people that have sat a lot of the first half. Brenna Dick and Breidenbach have sat a lot of the first half. How do you get yourself re-engaged,
Well,
Coach?
that's the thing, is sometimes it's really hard as a player when you've sat so much to get back on the floor and really get yourself into the flow of the game. And so I think that's going to be a crucial thing to watch as we get into this second half here, is how well do Breidenbach and Brenna Dick continue to get back into the flow of the offense for the Mustangs.
So entering into this second half here, Coach, obviously both teams probably going to make some adjustments. We'll see what both coaches want to do. I can already probably guess. I guess if I'm Coach Wing, what he did at the end of the first half, bringing Maya Metcalf behind the pressure of that defense so that they're able to see kind of over that pressure into the interior passing, just like they did the last time. It forced a good swing pass into Olivia Manson. She's able to hit that 3 to end that first half. You know, I think for the Roughriders, probably not a lot of adjustments in what they're doing.
I think they're executing the way they want.
Probably just got to find some more perimeter shots as well.
Right.
So this one comes out to Schiller. She's going to square it up at the top of the key.
I just think for Sheyenne, you can't continue to leave one guard on an island by themselves trying to break that pressure. That's, even the most talented guard, that's a lot to ask of them.
McQuillan kicks it out. Quick look there for Litzinger. She hesitates and decides against it. And now we get the left-handed drive. Schiller's able to finish with the left hand. Great drive there, Coach.
Yeah, it really was. And, you know, I think the beginning of the game, that was Breidenbach's assignment to guard Schiller. But with the 3 fouls, as we see a great cross-court pass to the basket for Olivia Manson. You know, Brooke Johnson's got a big task here, being the one to guard Schiller.
Well, you'd live with that shot all day. She's going to hit it.
But, I think,
standing on the three-point line, that's a pretty low percentage shot. That's a pretty fortunate defensive sequence. You think maybe Brooke is saying to herself, I'll give that one up all day.
Yes.
Good give and go. Goes right to Sanders.
And
she gets it down low. Looked like a little bit of a bump. She wore the contact, though, and finished it off softly off the rim there. Nice finish there for Carson Sanders. Good start to the half for Sanders with a great assist, and now a good finish at the rim.
So the first half started with both teams being cold, and neither team has missed a shot to start the second half. So maybe we'll see some big offensive numbers. Yeah, great pass by Schiller to Spidell, and the 8th grader converts.
That pass goes off the hands of Brooke Johnson momentarily. Now to Breidenbach, who finds Sanders. Good move there by Sanders. She gets right into point-blank range. Goes off the back iron, though.
I think even those that maybe when you're not successful, that builds confidence to know you can break that pressure. And it's a signal to Red River that, hey, we got to be careful about how aggressive we are, because we're going to leave someone alone at the back end trying to defend 2 or 3 Mustangs. As Schiller with a heat check there.
Good outlet pass gets Breidenbach with some numbers. She finds Paige Johnson. She's going to kick it back out to Breidenbach.
Brooke Johnson.
Brooke Johnson.
Still Brooke Johnson.
You know,
Coach.
I've done it all season.
I know.
I keep telling Brooke even that. Oh, great finish.
Move. Wow, what a finish at the rim by Carson Sanders.
Oh, great start for Carson Sanders. Apologies to both Paige and Brooke for always getting that name wrong. But, yeah, great start to the second half for Carson Sanders here. Getting to the free throw line here. Already an assist, 2 buckets. Now getting to an N1 opportunity. Other one was very near an N1.
Yeah, it was.
And, yeah, great start. And she connects. So now a 3-point advantage for the Mustangs. Back and forth a little bit here into this second half. Looks like the Mustangs are trying a little bit of a different approach. This one's the Manson. She's going to face guard everywhere she goes. Top of the key there. Good rebound and a run out, I think. Oh, not able to see Breidenbach out on the run out.
She had her for a second, and then it closed down. Sanders is feeling it.
Oh, Sanders again. Just in takeover mode right now. Carson Sanders with another bucket. That one from about 8 feet. 15 minutes to go. Mustangs up 5.
You know, Aaron, what always strikes me about this, you know, Red River is expending a lot of energy, and they go deep in their bench. As we see a 3 there from Litzinger.
That's Litzinger on the corner 3 with the assist.
But, you know,
by Schiller.
Sheyenne has won all these games, and we rarely see them full court press. We rarely see a full court pressure for them, as they call a double dribble on Breidenbach. That's the sign of a really well-coached defense when you can continue to win games like this, even when you're being pressured the entire time and you're only playing a half-court defense. So, really, you know, I think that says something about what Coach Wingenbach has done for the Mustangs and the way that they defend in the half court this year.
Swings it around. Help now comes to Metcalf, and she's able to affect that shot enough that Schiller's shot ends up on the front iron. She does get the ball back to her for 3 here. Metcalf
Boy, she really
took one off the top of the
Yeah.
head there, adjusted her hair a little bit.
Schiller has a really quick release.
Brenna Dick with it now. Doing a nice job up to Carson Sanders up on the sideline, and they're going to say that's a foul there on number 11. Again, Coach, I kind of like that the Mustangs are looking to the bigs from that, because that forces those backside defenders, not those front court defenders, but those backside defenders to come up, and they struggle a little bit more with the footwork from that distance. Interior, they're great, high-low. Oh, what a feed, and Carson Sanders continues her dominance. Awesome assist there by Maya Metcalf, and now we have a 4-point advantage for the Mustangs. Almost all those points coming off that interior attack there, mostly from Carson Sanders this half.
Great rotation there by Olivia Manson, getting a hand on it. Not the steal, but good recognition of that pass.
Top of the key, that's Schiller. Her shot goes off iron. Great rebound there by Sanders. Hustle play. Breidenbach all the way to the rim. She kicks it back out. Metcalf looks for a second. That's going to go to Dick. She'll attack. She's got a floater, and she connects. Good to see her getting hot here, because she can really score for us.
And this is what we've seen again and again in this winning streak. Different people stepping up, making big shots, not letting the moment define them, but they define the moment.
We're going to take a quick break. Well, Coach, coming out of the timeout here, I guess there's two words I think that have answered that first half. It is Carson Sanders.
Absolutely.
So now Red River with it. Only down 6, but it does feel like the momentum has shifted, and Schiller's going to try to break down the defender. She gets in the interior. Her pass on the kickout gets deflected into the corner here from number 11. That one goes off the back for O'Halloran.
Yep.
Brenna Dick, one-man fast break. We've said that plenty of times this year. Good kick out. Battle in the interior. Brenna Dick unable to get that offensive rebound.
But
good box out.
Very smart not to try and fight for that and pick up that 4th foul.
So again, looking to build something off of Schiller's attack, and this one's going to kick out that 3 to number 5, Hartsey. They're going to say that one goes off of Metcalf. So all of it's starting at the top of the key. Mustangs giving a little bit of space to Schiller right now. She's still driving and dishing. We'll see if they're able to generate some points off of her assists.
But 2 times when Schiller was looking for that kick out, as we see the miss there by Hartsey. And there's a foul on O'Halloran. But Cheyenne's been able to get a hand on those balls. So obviously been something that was talked about by Coach Wingenbach, that we need to get our hands up defensively. And I think you're right, by giving, let's let Schiller beat us with that 3-pointer. If she knocks 3-4 down, then we have to do something about it. But until that point, she's done her damage at the rim in the first half. Let's not allow that. Ooh, dangerous picking up the ball right there for Breidenbach, but they get away with it.
Like that little movement there off the high-low, and another floater. Good weak side rebound there by Haas, I believe. and a lot of that happens with a boom-boom pass there.
Yeah.
We get it right into the interior to Metcalf. She kicks it out to the corner. And, when you do those 2 passes, all the flow is going toward the corner. Haas able to sneak in, get an offensive rebound. Good play. Metcalf with a mid-range shot. That one soft, but off the front iron.
Been about the first one she's missed tonight from that 8-10 foot range. Great ball.
Oh, good move there by Schiller.
There's not much you do with that one. You just say, wow, that was really good.
Metcalf finds Brenna Dick. She skips it over to Breidenbach, finds the Carson Sanders in the corner. Good interior pass. That gets right to point-blank range. Metcalf ain't going to miss a lot of those. Good finish.
And we're seeing Red River adjust how they're going to attack because of the adjustments of Wingenbach and having those extra players, as they're going to get Sanders on that one. But that creates a lot more open spaces by bringing that extra player in, by offering those options for the offensive players for the Mustangs to have different people to pass to. Great adjustment by Coach Wingenbach as we see Schiller knock down the first. Oh, it's only the first team foul for the Mustangs tonight, or in the second half, 11:52 to go. Still a 5-point lead.
Carson
Elena
Sanders
Holder in.
coming out here. Elena,
Well-deserved break.
Oh, well-deserved break. Holder in for her. Offensive rebound, couple of them right away. Back into the hands. Number 23, that's Litzinger, is able to clean that one up. That one's unfortunate. Not able to get the offensive or the defensive rebound, and they're able to convert on that. So now over to Haas, into the corner. Holder, quick shot. Coming into the game and getting on the board. That a boy. Holder with the corner.
Great ball movement again.
Soft
ball not
corner
touching
shot.
the floor. Just as long as you keep that ball in the air and keep it moving, inevitably the defense will not. They will wear them down, and they won't be able to make that one final adjustment. And someone's going to get a good look.
Oh.
Good decision by Benedict to pull that one back.
Into the corner again. Holder finds Metcalf down low.
A lot of contact, but Metcalf sticks it in anyway.
Thought Metcalf might be able to get an N1 opportunity. It looked like the contact came into her shoulder, but she wears it nicely and able to convert. Benedict tries to jump that passing lane, and it does create a cross-court pass. That one goes off the iron again. Save. Contact there, but they're going to say live basketball. Nothing went out of bounds. I think they were, Red River, kind of hoping that Breidenbach was going to pick up her fourth foul. Schiller does not get any rim, but the offensive rebound just kind of falls into the lap of number 32, Novatsky. She's able to put that one back in, and now it's a 5-point advantage for the Mustangs. Benedict swings it over to Haas. Haas with it into the interior now. Metcalf takes a dribble.
There.
That time she did draw enough contact to warrant a whistle, and that gets us to the 5th team foul for the Roughriders. So, Coach, we did say, hey, fouls were the early script in the first half, and this time, you know, Roughriders sitting at 5, Mustangs only at 1 team foul now. If the Mustangs are able to kind of generate a little bit more aggressive attacks to the rim, if they can get into the bonus situation with 7 to go, something like that, boy, that could really turn things around. Fight for the rebound, and they're going to say a toss, jump ball, I think. Yeah, so that's going to go back to the Mustangs. Fortunate that Red River unable to convert on that one with 10 to play.
So dangerous out-of-bounds pass that was tipped away.
I'm not sure if that was what that whistle was, but as the pass was coming in, I think that's
looks
a
like
technical.
a technical on Coach Riplinger. Whatever he said, the ref did not appreciate. You know, I was going to say, Coach, it must be getting close to March because it seems like more and more of these games are becoming more and more physical, and they're deciding to let the players decide it. And Coach Riplinger decided that whatever he had seen, he didn't like it, but Breidenbach a chance to extend the lead to 7 here, and the Mustangs will retain possession. She misses that one, but Cheyenne with the ball.
You know, the other end of that spectrum, Coach, I know the whistle kind of happened simultaneously, but it looked like the Mustang pass was going to end up out of bounds.
Yeah, exactly.
It was going to be a turnover, and so that technical kind of hurts doubly for the for the Roughriders.
It's a team foul now as well, so on the next team foul for Red River is going to put Cheyenne at the line in the bonus for the last 9+ minutes of the half.
Good dribble attack there from both sides, and that attack to the rim for Breidenbach. No whistle called all the way up ahead, but I think she's just going to be too far out in front. That was Hartsey. Good idea from the start, but the ball didn't get there quick enough, and so she ends up under the hoop out of bounds. Red River peels back slightly. We'll see what their zone attack is going to look like this time. This time it's go cross pass from Sanders to Manson. Now back into Sanders, high-low. That high-low look, unfortunately, doesn't land into the hands of Holder. She's going to come out. Fagerland in. couple of good minutes out of Elena Holder.
Absolutely.
You know, that's one thing that, you know, I talked a little bit about this with Coach Herter, the assistant coach. You know, the one nice thing that we're really seeing, too, with this Mustang group is whoever they're coming in still bought into the system. Those minutes out of Holder, she's still going weak corner, pulling the trigger when she's open, no hesitation. Everybody doing the same thing, on the same page. Pick and roll here, top of the key. And we get a three-point ball. That one goes off the right side of the iron, but
Good
the shooter.
followed by McQuillan.
McQuillan
Recognizing it was off and took off right away.
Couple of bumps early there by, I think that maybe could have gone for whistles by Sanders. You know, one thing I will say, even though Schiller has been able to attack there, when Sanders and Metcalf have put some high point kind of hands up in that, it really has affected her
It
shot.
has.
She hasn't really finished against the bigs, so maybe a foul in that situation, not what
Maybe
you want to do.
not the worst thing in the world.
Try to meet the highest point of the ball and don't go into the body, and let's see if she can able to finish over you. That's a tough shot. Carson Sanders is a good shot blocker. So Brenna Dick taking it out here. Back to Brenna. She crosses there, looks up to Caitlin Haas, I guess that's Fagerland, who's able to sneak it back over to Haas. Ball out of bounds. Baseline out of bounds play here. Little stack play for the Mustangs. That does get Haas for a look momentarily. And a timeout by Coach Wingenbach. Haas was kind of caught in the corner there.
She was. Metcalf came to her and would have bailed her out, but Coach Wingenbach's going to get a quick timeout first.
So with that timeout, we'll take a timeout too.
Mustang fans, we want to take the time to thank our game sponsor, Apex Engineering Group. At Apex, we build confidence before we build anything. Find out more at apexenggroup.com.
Sideline out of bounds. Brenna Dick with the attack. Great left hand. I'm not sure how that one didn't find the bottom of the hoop, but Metcalf gets the rebound. She can't get it connect either. And now here come Roughriders back with it. Step back three. Schiller unable to connect. Metcalf with it now. Brenna Dick with the basketball. She looks across court. That pass sails high. Turnover. Top of the key. Extra pass. Open three. Good. Good looking shot there for Red River. And I think it's that extra pass that gets Litzinger enough time to set her feet. She really made sure that the balance was there. She was ready to rock and roll, and she's able to connect on the three, and a turnover here. Roughriders able to tie the basketball game or maybe even take a lead with a three. Gets into the corner, drive baseline.
Another good move.
And now we have a tie game.
So the game of runs continues. Cheyenne comes out early in the second half, puts a little distance between them and the Roughriders, and now Red River comes back to tie the game.
Top of the key, gets down low into
Good
Maya
move.
Metcalf. And I like that from Metcalf. No hesitation at the free throw line. She looks at the rim. That draws the defender up tight. And she decides to put it on the floor. One dribble, off the bounce, able to get to the free throw line. Metcalf, one of the better free throw shooters in the EDC. Always a little worried about saying stuff like that, Coach, right before they shoot. That's the old jinx rule, but Metcalf has none of that.
So Breidenbach and Sanders return for the Mustangs.
Makes one of two. Battle for it, and they're going to say foul from Sanders.
And that's going to be 4, I think, on her.
That one's tough with an official right next to you, and the whistle comes from a long way. Those are, as a player, sometimes you're asking, well, why did you get the whistle and not somebody else? A little bit of a reaction from Carson Sanders, but you know, she does have her 4th foul here. Coach leaves her in with 7 minutes to play. We'll see how that goes. Kick out 3. Litzinger. That one goes off back iron. One-person fast break is Brenna Dick. She ducks that one underneath. Able to finish with her left hand.
Great finish at the rim. O'Halloran pulls the trigger.
Good offensive rebound there and a putback. McQuillan able to put that one back in and get the Roughriders back within 1.
It wasn't that it was bad position for the Mustangs there as Benedict goes again to the basket. But just one of those situations, those 3-pointers often lead to long rebounds. And that's how McQuillan ended up with it and put it back in. Mustangs back up 3 with just over 6 minutes left to go in this one.
Good defense there, but leaning in a little heavy is Breidenbach. You know, good recognition there as well by Schiller. She recognizes there's no help baseline, a lot of space there for her to go. No help kind of from the interior part of the Mustang defense because they were kind of all out on the top, and that does get her to the free throw line.
So now Sanders and Breidenbach with 4, and they're going to take a seat for a couple minutes. I would guess no more than, 2 minutes at the most. And then Coach Wingenbach probably get them back in, seeing if they can finish the game off. As Schiller knocks down the second, cuts the lead to 1 for Sheyenne.
We'll see if we can get some scoring here. Continue by Brenna Dick. She's been able to get to her left hand to the rim. That pass sails a little bit long. Trap gets back up top. Johnson with it now. Into Fagerland. Corner. She decides to dribble back out down low. Good post up there by Metcalf. Back out to Fagerland. She sets up. Her shot goes off back on. Rebound. Roughriders. Opportunity here to take the lead. Swing over. 3-point ball off the rim. Offensive rebound. Metcalf just got a little bit too deep on that one, unable to box out, and that gets number 32 for the Roughriders. Novatsky to the free throw line. She'll be shooting 2. Opportunity for the Roughriders to take a lead with 5.5 to play. First free throw goes off the back iron. So, Coach, I thought this might be a game of runs, but we really haven't had any significant lead from either team at this point.
No one's gone and run away and hidden or anything like that. I think Sheyenne with 7-point lead has been the largest of the game so far for either team.
Back to Metcalf, over to Brenna Dick. She's able to split the defense, but the ball gets loose, and I think they're going to say that one does go off Brenna Dick. Back to the defense, so tie ball game here. Red River with it. Like the aggressiveness of Brenna Dick, probably could have just held it at the free throw line there and made a decision there. But on the other hand, she's been able to get to the rim and finish too, so.
Boy, Robson was left all alone
all
under
alone.
the basket. She wasn't even aware that I think she was that alone.
Schiller with it now. Good defense by Manson. Loose pass there. Stays in the hands of the Roughriders. That shot doesn't land. Great rebound there by Metcalf, and she kicks it out up ahead. Brenda Dick.
Oh! And one. They're going to get Robson there. I think that's her 5th.
The great outlet pass by Metcalf up to Manson. Manson quickly recognizing that Brenna Dick was going full speed on the other side. She's able to finish again with the left hand. This time the defender was running so hard. Little bit of breaks when Brenna Dick goes up for that layup, and she gets run through, and she gets the N1 opportunity. So a lot of offense here in the last, 10 minutes or so by Brenna Dick on that left side of the glass.
And for younger players watching at home, when you're full speed like that, it's all about the angle that you take to the rim. And because she came in from that lower block, that's what made that shot possible. You get going on such a flat angle, it's so hard to contain or control that shot. at top speed.
Mustangs able to break that press. That gets Fagerlund for three. Oh, off the back iron. Offensive rebound there for Metcalf. She's not able to get it out to Fagerlund. Trap might go in the corner here. Timeout for Red River. They sensed a little bit of trouble there.
Yep.
So Mustangs up to 4:10 to play. We're going to take a break.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Hey, Mustang fans, when you choose Bell Bank Mortgage, you'll partner with the people that are part of the fabric of the communities we serve. Bell Bank Mortgage, equal housing lender. Coach?
So as we reset here, 4:10 to go. Cheyenne up 2. They have a foul to give here in the second half. They are shooting the bonus. Red River has one more to give before it becomes a double bonus for Cheyenne. It'll have court trap. Look for a second.
Ball swings around the top.
And so they have Metcalf now on Schiller.
Oh, great answer. Schiller able to connect, and they say it's a 3. Wasn't sure if she was on the line, but they're saying she was not. So now we have a 1-point advantage for the Roughriders. Swing pass. Great look there for the Mustangs. That one, Manson unable to connect. We'll see Brenna Dick to her left again. This one off the backboard, but not able to catch iron. Schiller with the fast break opportunity. She liked her numbers, but it ends up resetting. O'Halloran into the corner now. Back up top, Schiller. Jab step, she drives, kick out, corner. Hendrickson.
You know, she hit one early in the game and hasn't hit one since, but that was a big one. Roughriders up 4.
They're going to say that was a 2-pointer. Oh, good attack there, and that's going to get Olivia Manson to the free throw line. She's going to be shooting the bonus, and this is where it's going to be pivotal down the stretch. Do you take those 3 opportunities you have? You know, they're likely to get into the double bonus. Are you going to turn those into, you know, an extra free throw?
Yep. And Sanders and Breidenbach return, each with 4 fouls, so they're going to go the distance here.
See if Manson's able to connect on these bonus free throws. First one, rattles out. You see Manson limping a little bit. She did get Charlied on that shot attempt, or on that dribble. Top of the key. That gets an isolation there for Schiller, but she's not able to get there. Kick out 3. That one doesn't catch anything. Ball comes back in and somehow gets under the legs of Metcalf. Back to Red River. Fortunate there. Sanders with the rebound. Up ahead to Breidenbach. She'll push with her left. Out to 3. Manson. Her shot's short. And now with 2:15 to go, Mustangs down 3. Red River looking for a drop pass. They find it, and the connection there. This time it's Spidell.
Hard to say that Olivia Manson, there's a bad 3, but again, no need to rush a shot or anything here for Cheyenne. Still there with 2 minutes to go. Good find inside. Metcalf finishes. Pulls the Mustangs within 3. Quick timeout for Cheyenne, a 30-second. We'll step away as well and be back after the break.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Minute 54 here to go in this one. Mustangs down 3. Roughriders and Cheyenne battling here back and forth. This one with a pretty significant outcome here in the EDC rankings. We'll see how this one plays out in the last couple of minutes. Could go either direction. Schiller with it up top, being guarded by Breidenbach. Into the corner, 3 ball. That goes off iron. Rebound out to Brenna Dick. She looks out ahead to Metcalf. Metcalf up ahead, Breidenbach. Into the interior, Sanders, and that pass just over the hands of Sanders. That turnover with 1.5 minutes to go. Still a 1-possession game, though. Breidenbach on Schiller. Good deny of Schiller at the top there. Red River able to kind of come away with it again. Good deny there by Breidenbach.
They want to get it to her, and Riplinger's going to call a timeout. So that's a great job by Coach Wingenbach to make sure that they're going to face guard and deny Schiller the ball as much as they possibly can. With 1:07 now, Red River still with the ball, only 9 on the shot clock. If you're Cheyenne, do you have to take a 3 here, would you say, Coach, or is it okay, depending upon obviously what Red River does? I think a 2 is perfectly fine. If you can get a good look at a 2, maybe with something on the interior to Sanders or Metcalf, that would be fine. But there's no need to have to shoot a 3 yet.
No, I agree with you, Coach. We're looking for the best shot available to you, but first we got to get a stop here. Keep this a 1-possession game. If they're able to hit a 2 or even a 3 especially, boy, that would really change things for the Mustangs philosophically. I think at this one, if you can finish in these 9 seconds, and obviously some of the conversation in there is probably got to be, we're trying to deny Schiller to get that basketball. She's obviously easy, for her to kind of create something in 9 seconds. So if this one doesn't come to her off the inbound, or if they're not able to hand it off to her or get her the basketball within the first 3 or 4 seconds, it'll be interesting to see what kind of shot Red River gets here.
Probably a reminder, too, from Coach Wingenbach, we got to crash the boards here. Got to have everybody. We've got to have this rebound no matter what.
So they're able to get that one in. The first pass does get to Schiller. She crosses, gets to the interior. Great block there by Maya Metcalf, and that gets the Mustangs an opportunity to tie. We'll see if the Mustangs choose to make a great decision there. Gets to Sanders down low, and they're going to call that a jump basketball. Very physical play down low. Nice hands there by number 24, McQuillan. Boy, that one's tough.
And
Sanders battled for it, but they said McQuillan got enough of that basketball to turn it into a jump ball, and now with 49.9 to play, Roughriders push it up ahead. Smart decision. She runs into a trap there. Ooh. And they're going to say,
travel. There was not enough contact to initiate her going to her. She was leaning forward, and she went down mostly of her own accord. So,
the officiating there, I think both of them came together and said, I don't know, I didn't see enough contact to get it, but you had to call one or the other with her falling down, because if it's not a foul, it is a travel.
Absolutely. Now, this pressure by Red River getting the Mustangs to slow down a little bit.
And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on down low on the
McQuillan.
Roughriders.
Yeah, they're going to get McQuillan with that one, and that will be 10. So that will put Carson Sanders at the line for a double bonus.
Good seal there by, I know, you hear the Red River fans a little frustrated with the call there, but she did have her sealed. The defender did try to come across. Maybe they've let some of that go throughout. You can make that case, but certainly, there was contact.
Sanders knocks down the first. Haas in for Breidenbach.
Interesting position that the Mustangs are in here, only with 5 team fouls, Coach.
Yep.
You do have to give one here at some point.
That's why Breidenbach is out, due to the fact that they're going to have to foul, but great fight for the rebound. It's going to be a jump, and Sheyenne retains possession down 2 with 28.8 to go, and Coach Wingenbach calls the subs back to the bench.
I was just talking to Coach Manson about this before the game. Gene Manson up here, longtime coach across North Dakota. Bart Manson's dad, Olivia Manson's grandpa. And I said one of the things that you always see is that tight games. Oh, great hit! Great hit by Carson Sanders!
Schiller going to push tempo.
We'll see if Schiller wants to get all the way to the rim. She shoots a 3. That one goes off rim, ball loose, and they're going to say that's a foul on the Roughriders. Brenna Dick going to get to the free throw line. Coach, what I was saying there is All that is a result of Maya Metcalf
Yes.
fighting for the offensive rebound off the free throw. One of the hardest rebounds to get as a defensive player is with there's under a minute to play, and they let a lot of push and go down low. Metcalf able to get that one, kicks it out to Sanders. What a tremendous shot, and now we have an opportunity to steal it here at the free throw line.
And what a second half for Carson Sanders. That three was not an easy three. She had a player closing out on her. It's not like she was standing all alone with 3 seconds to get that shot off. That may have been a dagger there.
And plenty of time, realistically, for Red River.
With
10
as quick
seconds
as
left.
Schiller is.
Yeah, that's a lot of time, especially, I'm guessing part of the conversation's got to be that Schiller's going to be with the basketball coming down right here. The hard part is how much do you help? And everything probably comes down to whether or not this free throw goes in. If the free throw goes in, you don't help on Schiller if she goes inside the lane. So that's the interesting thing. Also, Roughriders, no timeout. So if they don't put a 3 in, assuming that Brenna Dick makes this free throw,
they can't stop the clock.
They can't stop the clock. The other end of the spectrum is if Brenna Dick does not make this free throw, everything's on the table for Roughriders. Schiller can go to the rim. She can distribute. And, it's one of these plays where it's, everybody kind of gets watching at the end, Coach. One of the things I always say as a coach, 10 seconds left, it's usually not the first one that'll kill you. It'll be the second one. So you don't get fallen in love with watching the first shooter. You got to box out and get the rebound.
It. And there's enough time if they get down quickly enough. There could be time for a putback easily. So this is big. Coach Wingenbach going to send his defense back, so they'll concede the rebound if Brenna Dick isn't able to convert.
Be interesting to see if there's a little bit of token pressure or something.
Well, just to slow
them down so that the clock ticks a little bit more. I think he's going to be content with keeping them back and or maybe even trying to deny Schiller here with Brenna Dick. No, they're going to say half court. Let's see what you got. Up 3 here now. Schiller attacks. She's going to come around. Top of the key. She does get the look. That one halfway down. And that is going to be a Mustang victory once again. Boy, Roughriders with a great opportunity at the end of the game. Top of the key. That ball looked 3/4 of the way down, Coach.
It did. I thought for sure we were looking at overtime, and the ball rolls out. Good recognition by Sheyenne. They didn't count the shot at the buzzer, but the 2 meant nothing at that point. The win streak goes to 12.
The win streak goes to 12, and Coach, this is a 2-0 against a really good Red River team going into the tournament. Boy, this EDC is shaping up to be something special.
This is going to be huge to watch this EDC tournament. This is going to be great. Sheyenne moves into second place in the EDC, and I mean, not that there's given games, but all they have left, they have North, they have Central, they have Valley City. 3 teams that they've handled. Red River still has Davies left. They have West Fargo High left. Things should be looking very good for Sheyenne to have the number 2 seed heading into the EDC tournament.
With all that said, Coach, hey, we're only halfway done tonight, Mustang fans. We got another good one coming ahead. These are 2 really good boys teams. The Red River Roughriders coming into the home of the Mustangs. We're going to get another one right after this, so we've got about 20 minutes to go. Boys are going to warm up. Coach, final thoughts on this wonderful win for Wingenbach and his program.
Well, we've said it a bunch of times in this win streak. Different people stepping up. Tonight it was Carson Sanders. What a fantastic second half. Early on, setting the tone for the Mustangs and then knocking down that huge 3 to give them the lead. And then Brenna Dick stayed out of foul trouble the second half, created some opportunities on the offensive end, and then made 2 huge free throws for, a player that's only a sophomore to step up in that situation and make those free throws was huge.
Certainly a great game. I got to agree with you. Player of the game for me, no doubt about it, is Carson Sanders. Everything in the second half. She was everything. She was the energy. She was the big-time shot at the end. She did a little bit of everything, but I guess if I'm Coach Wingenbach, I'm also talking about resilience. Not a lot of things went right in certain aspects of the game early. Foul trouble. You were struggling to kind of handle their pressure. We made some adjustments. At the end of the day, they sustained their mental approach to this, even when things weren't going right, able to come away with the victory.
And that's, what we've talked about in this run this is a team that's been in this situation a lot. And, as the old saying goes, pressure makes diamonds. And so I don't think that they get rattled the way that other teams do. And I'm not saying that Red River was rattled tonight, but they just keep responding. Everyone knows their role. They play it to a great job as a team, and it ends up at 12 wins in a row.
Love it. Congratulations, Coach Wingenbach. Congratulations, girls. Awesome game. We're going to be back here in about 10 minutes to have a pregame show for the boys' game. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to get off the mic. That's even better for Mustang fans because I'm going to bring in the talent. We know him as Jackson Miller.
The big ticket.
The big ticket. He's going to call the boys' game after he just got done playing. He's coming up sweaty. He doesn't care. This guy's a gamer. He's going to bring it for you in the next game. So thanks for tuning in. We're going to see you in about 10.
I got